George, let me ask you something. What do you see as the biggest challenge facing sellers today? Those that want to sell or need to sell, what's their biggest challenge they're facing?
You know, biggest thing, once again, there's still not tons of inventory. There's more than has been the last couple of years, but there's still an inventory shortage.
There is, yep.
So the good news for sellers is their houses are still worth more than they just about ever been worth.
That's right.
And there's not an oversupply. But once again, there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Golly, you're not kidding about that.
I mean, you look on social media, and golly, if you watch the news at all, forget it.
They'll have you so twisted up you don't know which way to turn.
That's the happiest people I know have no idea what's going on in the news. But you know, the biggest challenge I see is that I think that there's still strong demand out there.
Yeah.
But I think it comes down to you have to have, you know, Sheila, our broker, says you need to be the prettiest girl at the dance.
Yes.
And I think that having a good looking property and having it marketed right,
yeah,
and having it priced within range. And that doesn't mean giving it away, but it just means, you know, 2 years ago where you could price it wherever you wanted and get it, that's not where we are today.
And it could have been the ugliest girl at the dance,
Yeah.
and she'd still get on the dance floor, wouldn't she?
Still would sell.
Nowadays, but you're right. You're exactly right. Nowadays, the biggest challenge that I see from 2 years ago was that the house now has to be standing tall. It's got to have something compelling to bring the buyers in, even though there's a shortage of inventory and affordability. Now, you know, the average price house in Rutherford County right now, the average sold price is about $450,000. That's a lot. But that $450,000 house needs to be standing tall with no apologies. It's just like somebody that was going to trade in their car. What do? Typically, they're going to wash it and wax it and blow up the tires and dress the tires and make it the prettiest thing that dealer's ever seen. Why do they do that? It's so that they can get the most money for it.
Right. Well, and the thing is, you know, with the experience we have, we can help people. I mean, if they're just thinking about selling a house, if they call us and say, hey, we're not even sure when we want to do it, but we'd like to get some advice. Could you give us some advice? That's what we do all day, every day.
Absolutely.
And we don't put pressure on folks. I mean, if they want to sell now and that's the best thing for them, we're going to help them. But if they say, no, now's not the right time, then that's okay too.
Absolutely. You know, everybody's got to do things when they're ready, willing, and able. And a lot of folks don't know this, but we've put together a booklet that's called 83 Ways to Sell Your House in today's market.
That's right.
And what I tell people a lot of times when I'm visiting with them and kind of guiding them is I say, look, when you think you're done with your house, I want you to walk out to the curb and then walk up to the house as though you were a buyer looking at it for the first time. When you walk into the house, look at it and see what would you change, what needs some attention, and then handle it. Because that's what buyers are going to see when they walk into your house.
You know, I'll tell you a secret. Every time my wife and I, we go on vacation, we're gone for a week. We come back. You ever notice you go on vacation, you come back after a week, the house looks altogether different. You see things you hadn't seen, and then 2 days later you can't see them again.
Right.
But that's the same thing, looking at it from a fresh set of eyes.
That's it.
And you know, if they don't want to do that, once again, call us. I mean, that's what we do all day, every day. We've been doing it for years. We've gotten pretty good at it.
Yep, we look at houses every day, don't we?
Yes, sir.
All they need to do is pick up the phone and give us a call.
What's that you said?
If the phone ain't ringing,
you ain't calling. Cheers.